Plymouth, Dodge, DeSoto, and Chrysler now bring you Major Edward Bowes and his original Amateur Hour. This opportunity given to talented amateurs by Major Bowes means a great deal to those who appear on this program, and you can make it mean even more if you'll just telephone your votes for the one you think gives the best performance. For remember, these eager and talented young people succeed only by your votes. If you're the first or 200th caller from New York or our honor city, Major Bowes will announce your name on the air. Now get ready with that telephone then, and let's have your votes for your favorites. In New York, call Murray Hill 89933. And in Waco, call 9100. And now here is Major Bowes.
All right. Thank you, Ralph, and good evening, friends. Our Wheel of Fortune spins for the 228th consecutive time. Around she goes, and where she stops, nobody knows. Leading tonight's parade are the Garris Sextet, Aronowitz, Rosa, Anelli, Grodner, Brown, and Winfield. And they play Midnight in a Madhouse. It looks as though that might be correct, too. Tell us something about your group, Sid.
Well, we follow the Raymond Scott quintet style, and we all read music.
Good. How old are you boys?
Well, our ages run from 16 to 19, and we're the best amateur musicians in the city.
Well, but now, outside the city, what? Well, never mind. We'll take it from that. I'm sure that's an unprejudiced judgment. Do you serenade the girls?
Oh, no. But my girlfriend said she wanted to take a month off.
Why?
She wanted to find out whether she loved me or not. And I said, no dice. Stick now or goodbye forever.
You're a man of few words. Did she stick?
Well, I don't think I lost much at that.
Well, he calls you bluff. All right. Midnight in the Madhouse by Larry Clinton. Let's have it. The ears of 27 million listeners are literally upon Texas tonight. our Chrysler motorcade moves briskly to the geographical center of the nation's largest state. There, on the Brazos de Dios River, we pay tribute to the city of Waco. Once the idyllic Indian village of the Waco tribe, legend has it that the Wacos chose this spot because the region was immune from the furies of the elements. White men first saw Waco back in 1542 when DeSoto's surviving company tried to cross Texas. Years passed, and the next adventurer was Philip Nolan and his band of horse traders. It was the Texas Rangers, however, in 1837 who first attempted to settle Waco. After 3 weeks, their effort failed. But one of them, Major George Bernard Erath, remembered its strategic location and 12 years later returned to participate with Jacob de Cordova in founding and laying out the city. Another ranger, Captain Shapley P. Ross, moved to Waco at this time and became her first permanent settler. Once started, Waco grew like magic. All about her plantations sprang up. Immense cotton fields were cultivated and people poured in from everywhere. Situated in the heart of the most fertile and productive farming regions in the Southwest, she ranks today also as one of the country's industrial centers. The ports of the whole world receive her products: cotton goods, dairy products, sash and doors, furniture, millwork, cement, cottonseed products, laundry machinery, tents and awnings, clothing and medicines. Waco has many fine schools, among them Paul Quinn College and Baylor University, oldest institution of higher learning in Texas, world famous for its magnificent Browning collection. Famous for her friendliness and real Southern hospitality, modern and young with the energetic spirit of the great Southwest, we send salutations to the hub of Texas, the metropolitan city of Waco. And from our honor city, from Waco, Texas, comes Joseph Hester, bass singer, Evening Star. Born in Waco, Joseph?
Yes, that's right, Major. My father, grandparents, and relatives are now listening in Waco.
Have you had voice training?
Yes, 6 years. I was born a bass singer.
Imagine a baby crying for his bottle in a bass voice. Mama, I want my bottle. What is your work?
Right now I'm selling musical instruments here in the city. We specialize in tubas and ukuleles. Did you know, Major Bowes, the ukulele is tuned to My Dog Has Fleas? Mm-hmm. Well, a lady walked in the other day and asked me for a flea string for her ukulele.
She wanted the fourth string. Are you a Baylor alumnus?
Yes, I am. I played the tuba and the string bass in the band and symphony there. I also sang in the glee club.
Good for you. All right, Evening Star. Telephone in New York is Murray Hill 89933, and in Waco the telephone is 9100. And that's Joseph Hester of Waco. In case anybody there wishes to vote for him, it's Waco 9100. And the first caller from Waco, A. Riley Copeland, Jr., 1314 Clay Street. And from this area, friends of the audience, evidently, F.W. Hartley, 46 West 76 in New York City. Jack Rodin, R-O-D-I-N, novelty entertainer. Washboard, spoons, flexitones, bicycle pump. My, what a miscellaneous assortment of junk. You ought to hang a big cowbell on you when you walk, and we'll know what it is. What about yourself, Jack?
Well, I'm a spoon player that nobody can touch.
Mm-hmm. You mean you buy your spoons? Anything else?
I've been married to one girl for 3 years. Is that a record?
Well, maybe it is for a spoon player.
Well, I got over 500 spoons, all different sounds.
And all different names on them, I bet.
Well, being a high-class spoon player, it's all right if I walk into a restaurant and walk out with one spoon or so.
I see. It's all right with me if it is with my note of the restaurant. Let's have the spoons first, then. See what you can do with them.
Fine.
He's got a bicycle pump, and he pumps with one hand and checks the release of the air through the tube with the other. See what we get here. All right, here's a Flexitone, a 10-cent toy, it looks like to me. Flexitone, let's see what you can do with it. All right? Now, with his spoons, he gives an imitation of Shep Fields' orchestra. Now for a finish, he hangs around his neck a washboard and attached to it a frying pans and a lot of assorted tinware. Nobody in the world could describe what. See what you can do now. All right?
Right.
Jack Roden, novelty entertainer, and he's got a lot of speeds, and maybe that's how he got 500 spoons. Developed his speed. Here's a report of last week's voting. Leora Craig, soprano, then Stanley Portacar. He paddled his own canoe from Cleveland. Ed Dolan, imitator. Vic and Flo, harmonica duo. The two Jacks, they played all kinds of hardware. Rosina Bonura, 14-year-old dramatic soprano. Her brother Zeke, Giants first baseman, and some of his teammates were here to applaud and maybe to see that you didn't get the gong. Anthony Brothers, tap dancing team. John Norton, boy saxophonist. Loretta Mack, she sang and danced, and Bernie Cobbler, the tenor. And next Thursday night, we salute Wilmington, Delaware. Why not try for this program? You'd be most welcome. If you think you've talent, and if you're an amateur, just write a letter from New York or its vicinity giving full particulars. We'll make it easy and pleasant for you. Dick Chaplin. Dick Chaplin is from Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Nice smile and charm. His application states, I'm 12, and my mother thinks I'm pretty good, but I guess all mothers feel that way. Yes, Dick, mothers are always good judges, too. Tell us about your singing.
Well, I sing in church, Major, and they culture my voice for nothing. Mm-hmm. I have two ambitions, Major. And
what are they?
Well, I'd like to be a voice culturist, and I'd like to be a prosecuting attorney.
I see. Well, to be governor at once, maybe the prosecuting attorney should have a cultured voice, too. Be sure to be governor then. How about schoolwork?
Oh, Major, I try my best. I guess that's about the best anybody can do. Before I came to New York, Major, why, I had a job taking care of a lawn. But I had to give it up to come to see my sister here.
In other words, you're out of a job now, huh?
Oh, no, sir, Major. I wash dishes and take care of the house.
Well, you're a good boy. What's your song?
Mother, Major.
Mother. That's by Theodore Morse. All right. Dick Chaplin from Johnstown, Pennsylvania. The 200th caller from Waco, Peggy O'Brien, 501 North 19th Street. And from this area, Raymond Shine, 170 West 78th Street. Roberta Liming, 20, violinist, from Denver, Colorado, Hungarian dance number 6. And tell us about your music.
My mother took me to my first concert when I was 3 years old, and I embarrassed her by standing up and shouting, "I want a violin." I got one when I was 6, and I was so excited that I fainted.
Hey, how are you feeling now?
Just fine.
All right. Hungarian dance number 6 by Brown. Let's have it. All right. Roberta Lining from Denver, Colorado. And now Carol Kane, cowgirl yodeler. Carol Kane, you're a very little girl for a cowgirl.
I'm 5'1" and I weigh 95 pounds. You know, Major Bowes, it's very hard when you wear size 9 to find a dress that'll fit you.
Well, I'd be willing to take a lot of trouble to get something small to fit me.
You know, Major Bowes, there's 6 others at home that yodel, too. And sometimes we all yodel together. You should hear that, Major. It's lovely.
I'm sure it is, but I'm a little busy just at the moment. What's your song now?
Well, I like to do my own composition. I call it A Lesson in Yodeling.
All right, so be it.
Now, if you want to yodel, listen here to me. Don't yodel in any old key. Just quit your eye and take a look what yodeling done to me.
Cowgirl yodeler. And the telephone in New York is Murray Hill 89933, and your votes are greatly appreciated. And in Waco, the number is 9100. Sid Garris received 1,265 with this sextet. Joseph Hester from Waco, 3515. Jack Roden, the novelty player, 804. And Dick Chaplin, 587. This coming Sunday, the Chrysler Male Choir of Detroit will sing a concert, 5:30 to 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time, in the Court of Peace at the World's Fair. It will be broadcast on the Columbia Coast to Coast Network. The Chrysler Male Choir comprises 200 men ranging from 19 to 62 who work at 67 different occupations in our various plants. Its musical caliber is such that it sings with the Detroit Symphony Orchestra and presents 2 formal concerts a year. I hope you remember to tune in. All right? Harmonica jitterbugs, 3 of them. Why jitterbugs?
Well, we like to swing out, Major. Babyface here, he's got a chord harmonica that takes the place of about 48 small harmonicas put together.
You don't say. Any of you had music training?
No, but we can jam all the classics.
I see. If you had music training, you wouldn't dare. Any of you married?
Well, Butch is married. Babyface and I, we're just freelancing.
See? What selection? What are you going to play?
Toy trumpet.
Do it. a jitterbug. Some time ago, I was driving out to our great new Dodge truck plant with our president, K.T. Keller. We were talking shop, as we always do, when our chauffeur pulled up at a wayside station for gasoline. Keller turned to me and said, "Major, what would you say if I offered you a fuel costing half as much as that gasoline?" I'd say it must be inferior. Well, he went on, "Supposing I told you that we've developed an engine which will not only use that inexpensive fuel, but will make it carry you 40 to 60% farther than gasoline." In other words, I said, catching wise, to truck owners whose trucks run night and day and to whom fuel costs are tremendously important, this new engine, cutting off 2/3 of their fuel bill, would be to them nothing short of a miracle engine. Keller laughed. "It is a miracle engine, but we shall give it even a better name. The world was going to know it as the Dodge Diesel." Now, I shall jump down to just the other day when our chief engineer, Fred Zeta, called me up and said, "Major, let's lunch together, for I have a wonderful story to tell you." And Fred related to me the performance of a 3-ton Dodge Diesel truck of regular assembly line production that left New York heavily loaded with a test cargo on a Thursday morning, crossed the United States to Los Angeles, swung up to San Francisco, and then turned around and was back in New York the following Thursday evening. And I ask you to believe that, though it sounds incredible, it is true. That Dodge Diesel used the low-cost fuel oil. It used no spark plugs or other ignition apparatus. They've been especially designed for economical long-distance hauling for contractors, fleet operators, and business institutions generally. But that's only part of the thrilling story. This stock truck, traveling over roads of every conceivable kind, uphill, downhill, through broiling heat, through the rarefied air of high altitudes, through pelting rain, it made the westward haul of 3,343 miles in a time differing but little from that made by the most modern transcontinental passenger trains running on smooth steel rails. For 5.5 hours in San Francisco, the men took a brief rest. Then they refueled the truck with that low-cost fuel oil and started back to New York over the northern route, which brought the invincible, fully loaded Dodge Diesel truck and its happy crew back to Manhattan at 9:50 Thursday night, just a week to a day since the start. In making this sensational long-distance hauling record, the truck covered those 6,378 miles in 7 days, 18 hours, and 33 minutes. And it did this without any repairs or adjustments whatsoever, except the mere tightening of 2 manifold nuts. And this time, mind you, embraced all necessary stops, including those for meals and refueling, as well as the 5.5-hour stop in San Francisco. That, my friends, has made history in the field of endurance and economy. It would be difficult to exaggerate its effect on the world's truck transportation. The operating cost of the trip provides another revelation, one that will appeal strongly to the far-sighted, efficient businessman. This Dodge Diesel truck, hauling its cargo more than 6,000 miles, consumed only 627 7/10 gallons of low-cost fuel oil. The price of fuel oil varied in the 19 states that were crossed, but the total fuel cost, including tax, figured less than a penny a mile. Think of it, less than a penny a mile. That a transport unit of such size and weight could cross the United States twice, from one Thursday to the next, without service delays and a fuel cost of less than a penny a mile, is a veritable triumph, an event to make the business world sit up and take notice. From the news I get from Detroit, it's quite evident indeed that the world of business is taking notice. My hat is off to President Keller and to Chief Engineer Zeta, who together with Carl Breer is the driving force in the development of the new Dodge Diesel truck. In adding this fast, economical diesel engine unit to the famous line of Dodge trucks, they've conferred a boon upon all American businesses that touch motor transportation, and that means practically every business. New proof indeed of why, better than every fourth car now sold in the United States and Canada, is a Plymouth, a Dodge, a DeSoto, or a Chrysler. Thank you.
In a moment, we will continue with Major Bow's Original Amateur Hour. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System. continue with Major Bowes' Original Amateur Hour, presented by Plymouth, Dodge Cars and Trucks, DeSoto, and Chrysler. Waco has been most friendly and cordial, Major. Honorary appointments and messages of goodwill have come from United States Senator Tom Connolly, a Waco boy and proud of his home city, Congressman Podge, Mayor T.M. Gribble, City Manager Torrance, Commissioners Green, Jones, Murray, and Brawley, President Neff of Baylor University, Police Chief Maxey, Fire Chief Mears, Sheriff Duncan, Judge McDaniel, President Garner of the Chamber of Commerce, and President Guthrie, Jr. of the Junior Chamber, Manager Jones of the Waco News Tribune and Times-Herald, Constable Casey, from Sister City Marlin, birthplace of Dan Eddins, President of Plymouth, and from many other citizens, civic bodies, and clubs. Major?
Thank you, Ralph, and my appreciation for the souvenirs for our exhibits in the Chrysler Building at the World's Fair. My thanks to the Waco Florist for the flowers, and a welcome visitor in the audience tonight is the distinguished Governor Henry M. Blood of Utah and his lovely lady and his friends, and we're happy to have him. Now here's the Jump Swinging Six. That's an awful title. Jump Swing Six, we call it. Instrumental, vocal, and devotees of terpsichore. Medley. Do you boys work for a living?
Garage, shoe shine, elevator, and bellhop.
You don't waste many words, do you?
2 are married, 4 is single, and one of the lucky ones is me.
Well, don't be so sure. You'll get married someday.
Oh, I'm lucky because I am married, and my wife, she's listening too.
I see. All right. Your medley, swing it. Come on.
Yip, yip, yip. Yip, yip, yip. Chic of Araby. Don't you know your lovely love? Look how chic belongs to me. At night when you are asleep, into your tent I'll do ya. Rip up, rip up, rip up, rip up, today. Chic, chic, and rip up.
Extraordinary dancer. Full of rhythm, these boys. The telephone in Waco is 9-100, and in New York City, Murray Hill 89933. That's the Jump Swing 6. Olga Stepanova, singer of Russian songs. Are you born in Russia, Olga?
No, I was born in America, but I took a Russian name because I specialize in Russian songs.
Are you employed?
I'm a sales girl in the lingerie department of a large store. Women are fussy when they buy the lingerie than anything else. They even ask you to model it.
What'd you say your name is?
Stepanova.
What is it?
Stepanova.
I see. What is your aim, singing or salesmanship?
Well, I guess you'd call it salesmanship. I'd like to get married and live happily ever after.
Well, good for you. What have you selected to sing?
Дай милый друг на счастье руку.
And translated?
It means give me your hand for good luck.
All right. Let's have it. Good luck to you. Olga Stepanova. The Chrysler 100 Club is at this moment assembled at a banquet at the Palace Hotel in my native San Francisco. This 5-year-old club of leading retail salesmen was this year given by our sales division a complimentary coast-to-coast trip. Our congratulations to each of the members. Good work, boys. I wish I might be with you. Tom Farrelly. Tom Farrelly. And Tom is an Irish step dancer. And the tune he dances is Dunphy's Hornpipe. And Tom, people in this country don't quite know so much about Irish step dancing, but in Ireland they take it very seriously, and the rules and regulations and all the details are watched very closely. And where do you live, Tom?
I live in Ireland.
I know, but what town in Ireland?
In Dundalk.
Dundalk, on the Irish Sea of the county level. What's your business, Tom?
I'm a school teacher, but I've held the Ulster Championship belt for dancing, and I've also been male champion step dancer of Ireland.
Well, that you come with some good credentials. And how do you like New York?
I like it fine, and I think the girls must be the most beautiful in the world.
Are you married, Tom?
No, Major Bowes.
Have you no eye for the beauty of an Irish colleen?
Well, there's nothing the matter with my eye. I'm afraid they have no eye for me.
Oh, I don't believe it. Tell us a little more of yourself, Tom.
Well, my father has an outfitting store, and there are 7 in our family. Well, I've kissed the Blarney Stone.
So did I, no less.
Did you?
I certainly did.
When was this, Major?
Well, 'twas years ago. 'Twas a rainy day.
Oh, nearly all days in Ireland are rainy.
That's why they call it the Emerald Isle.
Were you frightened when you were up there, Major, kissing the stone?
Frightened isn't the word for a time. I had the jarvey up to help the caretaker hold me legs. And that apple tree at the foot of the wall seemed a mile down when you looked at it from above.
Now I know you did kiss the stone. That's just how I felt when I was up there.
But I'm sorry to say, Tom, kissing the Blarney Stone didn't do me any good.
Oh, I don't see that you're tongue-tied.
All right, let's have the hornpipe. Come on. Wait a minute now. You haven't got taps on your shoes.
No, Major, it's against the rules of Irish dancing to wear taps.
Well, I didn't know that. I'll give myself the count. I ought to know better than to try to gang up on an Irishman. Well, go ahead now, Tom. Won't be so strong then, but you'll get him all. As fine an exhibition of Irish stepping as I've ever seen. A perfect technique. The absence of taps on the shoes make it a little less attractive for radio, but the rhythm was perfect. Here's where you'll find Tom Farrelly by the way of Dundalk. In case you want to vote for him, you can call up Dundalk or you can call up Waco 9-100 or Murray Hill 89933 in New York. And here's where you'll find our touring Tyros, the 4th anniversary units in Texas, starting tomorrow at the Metropolitan Theater, Houston, opening Saturday week at the Majestic Theater, San Antonio. 3rd anniversary unit tomorrow and Saturday in Ashland, Wisconsin, then into Minnesota, Sunday and Monday, Virginia, Tuesday and Wednesday, Hibbing, Thursday, Ely, and next Friday, International Falls. Prize winners of 1939, Sunday, Clown Park, Hummelstown, Pennsylvania, and so the Wheel of Fortune spins thanks to you and the House of Chrysler. And you're again invited to participate in this program. A letter from New York or its vicinity giving full particulars will bring a prompt invitation. Alfred Marino. That sly old gentleman is the song he sings. And where are you from, Alfred?
My father owns a diner in Mahopac, Major.
That's a lovely place, right up in Westchester. And you work for your father, eh?
I sure do, Major, and I'm doing swell. I started out as a dishwasher, and I'm advanced to a short order cook. Major Bowes, you ought to taste my hamburgers. They sure are something.
Alfred, you're breaking my heart. And don't forget the slice of Bermuda onion. How's business?
Swell, Major. And we have a lot of nice girls coming in all the time.
I see.
Customers.
The singing short order cook, huh?
That's me. I sing for them, and they always come back for more.
More hamburgers or songs?
Both, Major. They encourage me an awful lot.
That sly old gentleman. All right, let's have it.
That sly old gentleman from Featherbed Lane is watching you. He's peeking through your window pane. He's gathered sand from the skies that glitters and gleams. He'll sprinkle your eyes with dreams. He'll make your little heart so happy and gay. He'll ride a rocking horse along the Milky Way. Why stay awake? Better take that slumber train with a sly old gentleman from Featherbed Lane. Oh, I know an angel on the east side of heaven who lives in a third-story room. We meet on the rooftop and dream in the dark when the lights of New York are in blue. All through the daytime, it's the same old Manhattan, but evening again sets me free. Then I'll turn off Broadway to the east side of heaven, where an angel waits for me.
Alfred Molino. All right. That's Alfred Marino, the handsome hamburger maker. Dick Weatherson, whistling a medley. And what's your work, Dick?
Pipe fitting in a steel corporation, Major. I plan on going to Ohio University next fall.
Ohio University. Where are you from?
Mount Pleasant, Ohio. We're...
All right.
Mount Pleasant, Ohio, Major. My mother owns a 100-acre farm, and we're Quakers.
And admirable people. All right, pucker up and let's have your medley. Dick Weatherson All right, here's the Oklahoma Romers, a cowboy band. And the first boy at the microphone, tell us, are any of you boys married?
No, sir, Major. None of us.
Well, what are you laughing about? Ought to feel sorry.
Well, it's a serious thing, Major. You got us all riled up now, Major.
All right. What are you going to do, a medley?
We're going to do a medley here,
all right.
Major.
There's a
Yes,
Oklahoma
that's all right,
boys.
Major.
Let's have it. But what you say is very interesting. I'll remember that. Come on, let's start.
Day is done, and here am I, alone, and you know why. Roll along, Kentucky moon. Shed a ray of silvery light on the one who waits tonight. Roll along, Kentucky moon. You were shining on high as we whispered goodbye. 'Twas a love dream that ended too soon. But wherever she may be, go bring her back to me. Roll along, Kentucky moon. Drink my jagger from an old tin can while the moon goes a-shining high. Wanna hear the call of the whippoorwills, I wanna hear the coyotes cry. Want a saddle horse right between my legs, riding out on the range. Just to kick him in the side, just to show his different stride, out on the Texas plains.
The Oklahoma Romers, the cowboy band, and Ralph Edwards, if you please.
Telephone lines will be open for another half hour for recording your votes. In New York, call Murray Hill 89933. In Waco, call 9100. A finer car for a finer vacation. That's what our dealers are offering in their World's Fair specials. These are low-mileage used cars in tip-top condition, especially low-priced, all ready to give you trouble-free transportation to Treasure Island or the world of tomorrow. Of course, you've heard of the marvelous sales records being made by our new cars. Those 1939 Plymouth, Dodge, DeSoto, and Chrysler cars certainly made a hit with the car-wise American public. Both new and used cars are available on attractive low-cost terms. And if it's business you're interested in, you mustn't miss those grand new Dodge trucks and Plymouth and Dodge commercial cars. Major?
Thank you, Ralph. Here's the final bulletin. Sid Garrison, his sextet, 1,854 calls. Joseph Hester, the bass singer from Waco, 4,453. Jack Roden, the novelty player, 1,214. Dick Chaplin, 1,053. Roberta Liming, 946. Carol Kane, the cowgirl yodeler, 2,465. Harmonica jitterbugs, 862. The jump 6, jump swing 6, 737. And Olga Stepanova, 545. And the votes are pouring in from Tom Farrelly. There's a shadow on the dial of the clock. The minute hand spells good night. But another 60 Minutes will be ours next Thursday, so please do join us then. For your cooperation and your kindness, for your friendship, I thank you on behalf of the Chrysler Corporation, its dealers, the amateurs, and myself. Good evening, friends.
This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.